There is absolutely no denying it. My little Leo moons are some unique individuals who have this natural way to draw people into them, whether they are introverted or extroverted. They are the ones who have the obituaries that say something like, they lit up the whole room when they entered it. My little Leo moons can be some of the warmest, funnest people to be around. And while this is all true, the most important thing that I've ever learned about a Leo moon is your moon in Leo in your natal chart is kind of like having your own reality show. There's drama, there's flair, there's queen and king energy, there's passion and battles in life, but you are the star of the show. And some Leo moons can feel like their life really is a reality TV show, and everything that they do is being watched and they are on a stage performing. They are very aware of what they do in front of other people. They have an image that they want to protect and project to the world, and they do this very well by making sure that image is crafted when other people are watching them. So buckle up, buttercups, because we are going to take a trip down Leo Lane and learn all about our gorgeous, generous, loving Leo moons of the zodiac. Trust me, this adventure is going to be more entertaining than a Leo moon at karaoke. Just imagine for a moment that your emotions are a red carpet event and that every feeling that you had needed attention. Dang those pesky emotions. They're just so needy, ain't they, Leo moons? Leo moons are typically not the ones that are going to display vulnerable emotions to other people. They lick their wounds in private. Tell me if you resonate, Leo moons. Unless there is something aspecting the ascendant or the midheaven, something like that, where you can't help but show your emotions, typically you find Leo moons are more reserved when displaying vulnerable emotions. Now, this doesn't mean that they are more reserved and don't lose their temper. Leo moons lose their temper. What I'm talking about is displaying weakness. They don't like that feeling of displaying weakness. They like to be the strong hero. And if they are feeling hurt or sad or vulnerable, they can retreat to deal with things on their own. You know, this is actually one of my most favorite things about Leo moons because they can be stoic and seem unbothered on the outside or just hard and mean, but they are giant teddy bears on the inside. Especially the men that I know that have this placement. I mean, Clint Eastwood has a Leo moon, and Justin Timberlake worked with him on a movie, and when they interviewed Justin about working with Clint Eastwood and how it was, he talked about how he had this image in his mind of what Clint Eastwood would be like and would look like, and you know what his personality would be. But once Justin met Clint, he said that he was like a giant teddy bear, and he reminded him of his grandfather. Leo moons can be some of the warmest, generous, big-heartedness people that you may know. Leo is ruled by the sun, and the sun sustains everything in life. It helps produce growth. So Leo moons can find that their partners depend on them in some way in the relationship, but they provide their partner with emotional nourishment, whether this is in a toxic way or a non-toxic way. But you want in on a little secret? Leo moons love being the emotional center of their circle. I mean, all the planets revolve around the sun. The sun is the center of our galaxy. Now, they may get aggravated here and there, but they like feeling valued in their relationships. Most Leo moons have a need for emotional validation, and they want recognition for the things that they do for you. They like feeling appreciated by their partners. And here's a life hack, okay, if you know somebody that has a Leo moon. If you make a Leo moon feel seen, heard, and validated, they often will express their love in return in these grand, extravagant ways. Now, some signs will find this endearing and some will find it overwhelming. So in some ways, Leo moons are reserved, and in some ways, they are not at all. And they can have their occasional emotional outburst or a moment where they just lose their temper. Just like lions, they can be quite protective over their pride in both senses of the word. A lion's family is called a pride, and a Leo moon can be quite protective over their loved ones. And they can be quite protective over their pride and their reputation as well. And they can be dramatic or passionate if you criticize something that they care about and take pride over. And Leo moons have a love-hate relationship with pride. In some ways, pride is good because a Leo moon is proud of something and they take responsibility for it and they take good care of it. But then sometimes pride trips up a Leo moon because they may be fixed in a certain view and they may not be able to see their partner's perspective. Or maybe their pride won't allow the Leo moon to admit defeat. So they stay in relationships that no longer serve them way longer than they need to be in them. And sometimes their pride can keep them hostage. They can care what other people think, and a breakup can seem devastating to a Leo moon. If they are still in the energy of caring what others think, a separation could be interpreted as they are a failure or that they are blemished because the relationship wasn't perfect. I will say it does soften the blow if the Leo moon wasn't at fault for the relationship ending. If this is the case, they can nonchalantly blame the other person and act like it was no big deal. It just doesn't even bother them. Now, one absolutely beautiful thing I love about Leo moons is how creative and artistic they are. And some Leo moons don't even realize this. Some Leo moons and Leo risings think they aren't charismatic or extroverted. And although that may be true, they usually just have a natural energy that comes to them when they have to be charismatic or get put in situations. They can become charismatic without even really trying. There are some signs that would have to watch YouTube videos or take classes on how to light up a room or how to entertain someone or how to be charismatic, but Leos are just naturally charismatic. It's up to the Leo whether they use that talent or not. Anyways, back to the creativeness and Leo moon. Leo rules over the 5th house, which is the house of fun and creativity. Leo moons could find that they thrive in ways where they can express their emotions through creative means, whatever that looks like for them. Now, Leo moons were a little rebellious in some ways when they were a kid. It can manifest in a million different ways, but if you don't believe me, just ask your Leo moon friend in what ways were they sneaky as a child. And just watch them grin. Or if you are a Leo moon, did you just grin thinking about all the little sneaky things that you did when you were little? Let me tell y'all something. I have never met a Leo moon who wasn't highly attuned to other people's emotions. And I think that's because as children, they had a desire for attention and praise from their parents. And they felt like they had to prove their worth to get the validation that they craved from their parents. And because of this, Leo moons learned this incredible ability to sense the emotional needs of others. Although they may never actually tell you that they can do this, they can read you like a book. They know how to behave in order to win your praise. But some Leo moons will never give away their secrets. That would mean that they had been thinking about you a lot, and they are not going to always let on to that. You would have to get really close to a Leo moon before they revealed anything like that. Anyways, there's no denying it. My little Leo moons are unique individuals who have this natural way to draw people into them, whether they are introverted or extroverted. They are the ones who have the obituaries that say something like, they lit up the whole room when they entered it. The little Leo moons can be some of the warmest, funnest people to be around. And while all of this is true, the most important thing I've ever learned about a Leo moon is that they want to know that they have made a meaningful impact on you in some way. A Leo moon sometimes can have this emotional drive to leave a lasting legacy. And as they age, they typically want this type of emotional immortality in a sense. They want to be remembered and loved and doted upon even after they die. They want their kids and their grandkids to tell their kids what a warm, funny person the Leo moon was, and how they lit up the room when they entered it, and how they really were the hero of the family, the one that kept it all together. And now that the Leo moon is gone, it's just not like it used to be, because they were such a huge part of the family. Not only your life, but the whole entire family. This sign would be fulfilled if at the end of their life, the people that they loved the most praised how much the Leo moon impacted them in a good way and affected their life. It kind of reminds me of Mr. Holland's Opus. I don't know if any of you know what I'm talking about. I read the book, but I also know that they made a movie about it. Anyways, it's about a teacher who starts out as a young teacher, and he is a music teacher. And he's a teacher to students, and throughout the years, he encounters different students and different situations. Anyways, at the end, and I hope I don't ruin it for anyone, but at the end, funding is cut and he loses his job, and he clears out his office and he packs up ready to leave for the day. And anyways, they have this whole auditorium full of former students, and they were all playing a song for him. And it's just a culminating moment that any Leo moon would love. A moment where they are recognized for all their hard work, and a whole crowd is gathered, and the Leo moon was able to affect generations. They would literally swell with pride knowing that they had an impact on every single one of the students performing. Speaking of performing, and not to change subjects, the Leo moons can feel like they are performing sometimes. And because Leo moons are so connected with performing, they can be amazing actors with their emotions. Oh yes, you can, my little Leo moons. You can seem quite concerned on the outside when you really don't care on the inside at all. Yes, you can be that coworker. Anyways, My little Leo moons, just be careful to not put out an act to manipulate others. Also with this placement, you can act out your emotions, especially when you get comfortable with others. You can become quite the vibrant, expressive person when provoked. Now, one of the hardest things I see when observing Leo moons is how they can sometimes self-sabotage themselves because of their pride. If they ever do feel overlooked or underappreciated or not valued, they can seek attention in unhealthy ways. Some Leo moons can feel entitled to admiration, and if their emotional needs are not met, they can act out or seek what is needed somewhere else. And if a Leo moon did not have their emotional needs met as a child, it will be important for them to discover what these emotional needs are as an adult and how they can meet these needs for themselves without the help of others. Then it will be equally as important for them to set standards to not be in relationships with anyone who is unable to meet those needs. It is important because the shadow side of this placement is someone who seeks attention as an adult and can get caught up in all kinds of drama and needs of depending on others for emotional validation. Your emotional needs are oh so very important if you have a Leo moon. When they are nurtured, you have enough warmth to warm others. But if your emotional needs are neglected, you can find yourself withholding that warmth from others. Sometimes on purpose, sometimes not. Now, one thing I will say for a lot of Leo moons, if they do get upset about something, they're kind of like a sparkler. They get mad and then they get over it. A Leo moon has a strong desire for self-expression. If they feel like they are not able to express themselves, they can rebel. A lot of people see the brave, courageous lion on the outside of a Leo moon, but what the Leo moon keeps hidden is the scared little kitty cat inside. Admitting that vulnerability can be incredibly difficult because they love the image that the lion portrays. It's what they esteem to be in their true nature, the hero. Deep down, they can sometimes feel like they're an imposter. They may even imagine their own hero's journey in their head where they save the day and become the hero that they long to be. Some Leo moons may find that they have a fear of being rejected. They don't want to fall short of this grand image that they have of themselves in their head. And because of this grand image, some Leo moons can come off to other signs as self-centered. They don't even try to be self-centered. It's just they literally are the star of their own reality show. And they can't see it any other way. That's really why I love Leos so much, because honestly, Leos and Aquariuses are some of the most unique people of the zodiac. Speaking of unique, I am beyond excited to share with you an amazing opportunity for you to invest in yourself for as little as 19 cents a day. You know you are so worth it, my little Leo moons. You don't deserve to spend some money on yourself. Anyway, I am thrilled to announce that on February 2nd, 2025, I will be launching my Patreon account. I couldn't be happier to invite you to join me. Pluto's Garden is a place where we come together as a community to explore astrology, grow spiritually, learn how to heal and empower ourselves, and have a little fun along the way. As a patron, you get access to so many benefits. Things like early access to all my content, ad-free videos. Your time is incredibly valuable in this world. First access to merchandise, voting power to influence future projects, deep dives into astrology aspects and placements, which is a perfect investment for someone who is wanting to learn more about themselves, but also for the person who can see a future business using their astrological skills. There's also guided meditations to locate and heal wounds and affirmation videos to support your growth. You know, I started my YouTube channel because not every community supports astrology. Astrology can conflict with some religious viewpoints. So when you grow up in a community where astrology is not believed to hold any truth, in fact, it's seen as downright evil, you know, and here I am, this girl that just loved astrology and believed there's some truth to it. I mean, honestly, have you ever met a Taurus that doesn't love comfort? Anyways, I fell in love with astrology, but I didn't have anyone around me who understood what the heck the phrases like natal chart, North Node, Chiron in the second squaring Saturn meant. I have friends and family, but I was still kind of an outcast in a way because they just didn't fully understand my hobby. I didn't have the community I needed, so I decided to create my own. Pluto's Garden. And Pluto's Garden is a space where we can connect, learn, and grow together through astrology. I know it can feel isolating when other people do not understand your spiritual journey or they think you're crazy. But Pluto's Garden is a safe space for you to embrace who you are, learn more about yourself, and connect with others who share the same passions. Not only will you expand your astrological knowledge, but you will also gain the tools and skills to one day read charts fluently for yourself and others if you wish. I created this channel because I have this deep desire to help people find their direction in life so that they can share their gift with the world in the way that they need to do it and to succeed. And I am so grateful for every single one of you who supports my dream. I truly, truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for being a part of Pluto's Garden. I am so glad to share this new chapter with you. And appropriately enough, I shared it on a Leo moon video. Y'all are the very first ones to find out. Y'all are so dang special. Thank you for joining me today, my beautiful cosmic alliance. Mwah.